Driving the APC Port Dover Auto Parts, Strode's Express, Brown Auto Service, 110, it's Jake Brown. Row number 5 on the inside from Caledonia, driving the Burger Barn, Ace 1 Construction, number 55, it's Mike Thorne. And on the outside of row number 5, your point leader from Stouffville, driving the Iroquois Hereford Farms Town Line Variety Beer Pot Convenience, M1, number 77X, the Gunslinger, Ryan Hunsinger. Starting 11th from Oshwegan, the Oshwegan Speedway, number 68, it's Aaron Turkey. Those are your 11 cars. Starting our 15-lap Strickland's GMC Crate Sprint Car feature to wrap up the evening here on O'Neill's Farm Equipment Night. So Kyle Durnan and Brad Heron will start on the front row. Keep an eye on those last 2 cars. Aaron Turkey has won the last 2 features here in the Crate Sprint Car division. He's starting on the tail of the field. Right in front of him, your point leader in the 77X, Ryan Hunsinger, starting 10th. So here we go, 15 laps, green flag racing for the Crate Sprint Car division. Into turns 1 and 2 they go. Durnan takes the early lead. Here comes Jake Brown moving up on the outside. Paul Lang has to back out of it. He drops back to 5th. Durnan feeling some heat now from Brad Heron. Almost contact down the front straightaway. Durnan came down on Heron, who had to check up. So Durnan now takes off as Heron lost some momentum there. Josh Shantz making some moves on the outside. He's going to go after Heron for the second spot. Now Shantz loses some positions as everybody rumbles down through the bumps in turns 1 and 2. Here comes Heron to the inside on Durnan. Can't get it done that time. Shantz again to the outside, trying to get back that 3rd spot from Ravi General.
So a side-by-side for the lead as they work it through corner number 2. Brad Heron, how about this redemption after a couple of weeks of very bad misfortune at the front of the field, looking for his first win in the Crate Sprint.
Heron went through a bump down there in turn 4, but gets a good run out of the corner. He opens up a gap over Durnan as General and Shantz continue to fight over the 3rd spot. Hunsinger has moved up to 7th now. Hendricks in 5th, Lang in 6th. Hunsinger's catching both of them.
So Heron squirting away, Durnan in 2nd. Here comes Josh Shantz to the outside as there's troubles up in corner 4. Mark Zuba gets the 0-0 around in the Gibbs Action Sport Ride, keeps the throttle in it, and we stay green.
So Zuba keeps it going and will stay under green flag conditions. Durnan in 2nd is now fighting off the advances of Shantz, who's having a good run on the outside. Making that groove work for him is the driver in the 18 car.
Josh Shantz to the outside of Kyle Durnan. The 2 youngsters going at it wheel to wheel off the 4th corner. Gives 2nd place to Josh Shantz now.
Josh Shantz really looks like he's got that car figured out on the top side right now. He's got the momentum, keeping that crate engine wound up around the outside groove. A long way to catch up to Brad Heron now as the halfway signal is up. 8 laps in and 7 to go.
So your leader has to be feeling good at this point after a week of a lot of work, a lot of sweat. Brad Heron at the front of the field works it off of corner 4. Another time by. Josh Shantz securely in 2nd. Kyle Durnan with a good run here tonight in 3rd. But here comes the Gunslinger looking for a podium finish.
Yeah, Hunsinger finished 3rd last week. Remember, he's still fighting off the effects of those burns he suffered a few weeks ago in that TQ midget race, and Hunsinger doing a good job, has moved up to 3rd. Heron has the lead as Shantz is cutting into the gap just a bit, but he's got a long way to go with only 5 laps left to do it.
So the leader just cruising around the bottom side of 3 and 4. That's been the place to be all night long. Brad Heron has wins and a Thunderstock. Troubles for 3rd place. Kyle Durnan loops it around in front of Jake Brown, and Brown will come to a stop. Durnan breaks something in the right rear.
Yeah, definitely the right rear suspension on Durnan's car has collapsed, and he will have to take that one to the pit area. Tough break for Jake Brown, who was running up close to a top 5 spot, and now will have to restart at the tail. So Brad Heron had a lead of 2.5 seconds over Josh Shantz before that caution flag came out. That lead is erased, as Shantz will start right on the tail end of Brad Heron now, with the point leader Ryan Hunsinger up to third after starting 10th. Aaron Turkey started 11th. He is up to 5th now. He's your second place driver on points, and Turkey doing some searching around up on the top side of 3 and 4 there. Turkey has run the top side to perfection the last few weeks, on his way to 2 feature wins in a row.
Great.
So now we're set to go again. 4 laps left to go with Heron out front, but now Shantz and Hunsinger right on the tail end of the number 12 heading into turn 1.
So Brad Heron holding on to the lead. Josh Shantz in second. Ryan Hunsinger now into the 3rd position after Durnan had those issues. Here comes Aaron Turkey, though. He's won 2 in a row. Look at the outside.
Yeah, Turkey almost gets into the 0 of General, who moved up the groove there. As Hunsinger got around Shantz for second, he's going to try to chase down Heron, who has streaked away from the field so far.
Heron sees the 2 to go signal. This time off of corner number 4, he pitches the car sideways. Will this be a comeback story for everyone to enjoy, or is the gunslinger going to shoot past? And Aaron Turkey's not done yet.
Yeah, Turkey gets around Shantz and up to 3rd now. Turkey running a good line around the outside as he's got that 68 car wound up. White flag out now for Heron.
Brad Heron through corners 1 and 2. He just needs to nurse this car around one more time. What a story this will be. 2 weeks in a row he crashes, gets the car rebuilt yesterday, and gets the checkered flags. Brad Heron, his first crate sprint car win. Ryan Hunsinger second, Aaron Turkey third, Josh Shantz fourth, Robbie General completes the top 5. So Tommy Gooch will head down to Mobile One victory lane. Tonight's winner, first ever crate sprint car win for Brad Heron. What a feel-good story. Driving the Miska Trailer Factory. Climatizer cellulose.
Here he is out of the car. Put your hands together. His first ever crate sprint car win for Brad Heron. And after the last couple of weeks you've had, I'm sure you're just happy to finish the race, but to get the win, that's got to be even sweeter.
Yeah, you know what? That's just a good Cinderella story right there. I was kidding around with Jeff last night. It was about 11 o'clock. We were in the shop finishing up, and I said, you know, I'll be happy to finish with 4 tires on the car, 2 laps down. I just want to finish the race. And, yeah, we took a big swing at it, and it was awesome.
Well, the track, quite a bit different than it has been so far this year. It looked to really play it to your advantage.
I like it when it goes like this. I love it when it's dry. It kind of evens the playing field a little bit. And, you know, starting on the front row didn't hurt at all either.
Well, you got a bunch of folks on this car who helped you get here. First ever feature win of the crate sprint car. You had a lot of work to do to get this car ready for the season, and then a lot of work the last few weeks. So I'm sure you want to thank those folks.
Yeah, I hope you got a while, because I got about 1,000 people to thank. I know I'm going to miss a few, but first of all, I got to thank Alex Schutz and Instant Installation for giving me the opportunity to drive their car. Miska Trailer Factory, they're a huge supporter of ours. Rondex and Millard Financial. I know I missed some people. Those guys standing right behind me, they didn't question my decision when I called and said, we're going sprint car race, and there was a long silence over the phone, but they just stood behind me, and without them, I'm not here.
There he is, Brad Heron, first ever feature win in the crate sprint cars. Now we'll head over. We'll get a word with Ryan Hunsinger, and still hurting a little bit from those burns you got a few weeks ago. Second place finish from 10th. It's getting harder to make up that ground now as we get into this season, isn't it?
Yeah, these guys are doing a real good job here, and I'm happy for Brad to get his first win. It's well-deserved. I know he had a bad week last week, and it's fun racing out there. It's getting better and better every week, and it's a good time. As soon as I get healed up, it'll be even more comfortable, but I gave her my best tonight, and he just beat us. So you win some, you lose some, and I'm happy for him. So
there he is. That's Ryan Hunsinger, second place here tonight. He will open up his points lead just a little bit over Aaron Turkey, who finished third, so didn't gain too much on him. Aaron Turkey started tail on the field after winning 2 weeks in a row, and you finally got the top figured out at the end there, but it was a little too late.
Yeah, it was a lot different than it was the last couple weeks, but I had to work with it. And my goal was to finish in front of Ryan, but to finish behind him, the points are still going to be real tight, so I'm happy with that.
Yeah, definitely. You're in this championship hunt. Still a long season to go, and you look like you're having a lot of fun out there these days.
Oh, yeah, it's been a great learning experience. I've been running better than these and then my other divisions I've been running in, but it's really fun up here.
That's Aaron Turkey. He's third tonight. How about a round of applause for your podium finishers in the Strickland's GMC Crate Sprint Cars.
So that will conclude things here tonight. Again, we want to thank the fine folks of O'Neill's Farm Equipment, Case IH Tractors for presenting tonight's card. Congratulations to all of our winners. And make sure you check out SchweikensSpeedway.com for all the full results, photos, and more, including videos from Styres Media Productions. We'll see you back here next Friday night as Affordable Towing and Recovery brings us a full card of racing, plus the Vintage Modified 7:30 start time. Check out SchweikensSpeedway.com for more info. So on behalf of the Styres family, all the staff, officials, and my co-announcers, Tommy Gooch and Clinton Jeffrey, my name is Greg Kelman saying so long. We'll see you next Friday night.